Hi everyone, ¿cómo están todos? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. And as you may have seen by the title, I am going to be talking about something that is very true and very real for me, and it's a very sensitive topic. And I've tried to open up about it and express myself before in other videos, but in this case I wanted to just lay it out and be more clear. I feel like I haven't fully expressed myself, and probably through this video I won't fully express myself, but I want to do my best and talk about it. And I do want to talk about it because it plays such a huge part of my life. I've always wanted to share this because I know a lot of women around me, and a lot I've heard of other women out there feel and have felt this way. Where do I start? I'll just start from the beginning. When I was born into a family who was awaiting the arrival of a little girl, because my older sister, she lived and she was staying in Guatemala, and my parents had already 2 boys. So for me it was like a new little princess is coming around, is coming to her family. When I arrived, I was immediately like received with love and acceptance, and it has been that way till this day. And thank you to my family for making me feel that way. From my family's part, I have nothing negative to say. However, I wasn't fully prepared to go out into a world where I wasn't going to be accepted and where people are not loving. I lived in this perfect world until I reached elementary school. I believe around age 9, I started getting bullied because I was different. I looked different than everyone else. I was always bigger, fatter, I can say, that's how they would say it, than everyone else in my class. For years I was bullied, and I kept that hidden from those that were my friends and family. I would simply just put those feelings aside, and I would just hold it in, and in the night when everyone was sleeping I would just cry. And I would also write letters to myself about everything that had happened, everything I had felt, and then I would just destroy them, because that's simply how I wanted to solve things. I just wanted to express it to myself and then just be like, you know what, this didn't happen, it wasn't real, it's just a made-up situation that I was living. In elementary, that's when I realized I wasn't going to be loved by everybody, that not everyone is loving and accepting. I'm not a princess to the rest of the world. Now I have discovered that putting those feelings aside and hiding them only just made the pain and the injury so much worse. In a certain occasion, I was pushed around, pushed into the trash can, called me names, being managed, like bossed around. I would get bothered by simply getting a lunch tray. I would be mimicked every day, and I lived every day telling myself it's just a dream. Everything that's happening is not real. And there's a lot of in-between stories, and I'm so sorry because I can't fully say all those stories, because I feel like I have literally buried them so deep that I've blurred out so many of them, and I don't know, I just can't really go there right now. But it wasn't up until middle school and high school where I slowly started figuring out, you know, like, you're never going to please anyone. You have to find stuff that pleases yourself. I built this type of shell, as per se, that the comments wouldn't hurt me when they would say it, but they actually had an effect on me. I was no longer being bullied by others, but I was bullying myself. And you know, in high school you start getting like these little crushes and like, ooh, he's cute, you know. And I never actually talked to anyone or wanted to talk to a guy specifically, because I never felt worthy or beautiful enough. It was weird because I lived like in these different worlds where it was one for church, one for school, and one at home. And at church and at home I always felt love and accepted. However, in church, you know, I'm a pastor's daughter, and it's always hard because you don't get bullied necessarily, but you do get judged and you do get criticized for doing things. And I mean, there's pros and cons in being in that position. However, I thank my parents because they have always taught me, you know, forgive, like, forget, and that has always helped me. When I reach the age of 18, that's when I wholeheartedly started working on myself and wanted to be a better version of the person I was. I started doing YouTube and things that caught my attention that I loved doing, I started doing them. Have you ever heard, you can't love others if you don't love yourself? For years, I didn't know what loving myself was or how to do it. And when I reached that age of 18, and I'm about to turn 21 next month in September, I realized just recently that I was creating some type of illusion of loving myself because I wanted that so bad. I knew that God loved me and I knew that God died for me, but just realizing like, wow, like my God, my creator gave his one and only son for me and he loves me so much. It just like realizing that and actually putting it into my heart made me realize like, yo, I must be so beyond special and valuable to my God. And realizing that just made me value myself more, respect myself more, and love myself more. I think many of the times we take for granted everything that we have and everything that's given to us. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have removed the previous videos that I made on my YouTube channel, and I kind of made like a fresh start because I want to make this with all the confidence and joy. I'm being happy, I'm being motivated, and I'm being confident. My relationship with God and my family, and in no way I want to change anybody's opinion or just change anyone by this, but I do want others to know that you are beautiful. And it is important to love yourself. And possibly somebody watching this wants to love themselves and they can't, or they don't know exactly how to do it. I would love for you to reach out and to message me, and I would love to communicate with you and get you through this and just motivate each other, because that's always good. For me, it was about my weight, my appearance, but for others it can be a total different situation. And sorry for all this noise. I am currently in a little gazebo where I like to come and just think and release anything that I have, and I thought what a better place to record this type of video than here in my little meditation spot. From my experience, I know that it's not easy. I do know that if you don't love yourself, it's very hard to be positive and see things in a positive way. And of course, you're not always going to be in a good mood. Like, there's always those down days. But you shouldn't carry that. You shouldn't leave that in yourself, because then it makes it harder to get out of that. You set the tone of your past, of your present, of your future. You have the power to manifest and create great things. If you were to simply just wake up and think like, wow, this day is going to be wonderful, then that day is going to be wonderful. But if you wake up and think, dude, this day is going to be like the most horrible day ever, then it's going to be the most horrible day ever. But for me, it has always helped me writing it down. I used to write those hateful things to myself and just be like, everything that they told me, I would write it down, and I just kept it like that. I never told myself, no, you're different, no, you're not that, you're better than what others are saying. And I never did that until recently. I've always had a whiteboard, I always had a piece of paper, and now instead of writing those negative things, I motivate myself. And every day when I wake up, when I'm doing those videos, I look at my writing and just be like, yo, that's what you are, that's what you want to be, that's who you're going to be. And I grab a whiteboard. I brought it with me. This is my whiteboard, and it says, keep your eyes lifted high upon the sun, and you'll see the best light in everyone. Just simply write words that motivate you, that make you feel unique, that encourage you on a day-to-day basis. And honestly, I can truly say it helps a lot. If you guys want to continue listening to me talk about these situations and motivational speeches, or I don't know, just like me talking about this more, I fully couldn't open up about it yet. I don't know, it's very hard for me. I get very sensitive. It takes me to dark places, dark moments in my life, and I'm learning to love myself. I'm working on that. I'm a work in progress, but I do feel so much happier with my life right now. And if it wouldn't be for my family and my great friends, I wouldn't be person I am right now, and I am so grateful for these situations because they come to play a very important role, and at the times you don't understand why they're happening, why it's happening to you, but now I can say I know why I lived through it, because if I didn't do all that, I wouldn't have the motivation, I wouldn't have the love for myself that I have now. That's what I had to say in this video. Hopefully everything makes sense, and I don't know, I love doing this so much now. I get to express myself through this camera, but I know that through this message someone can get touched. I can hopefully change someone's perspective in life. And yeah, let me know if you guys want me to do more videos like this. It's hard for me because it's like actual feelings, actual experiences, but what better way to move on and be a better person than through talk about it with others. And yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave your comments below, and links are on the bottom if you guys want to follow me on Instagram or on Twitter if you guys want to talk more about this.